dysfunctional vet. Using the coping saw, we've cut a line through this. The next step will be to put my hinge on this. So let's make that happen. Using a small hinge, I put the hinge on here, and then using a pencil, I marked my spots. So now I'll drill some holes and I'll put some screws in this and I'll tighten it up. Alright, now we're ready to put the screws in here. The heads of the screws will go up against the bottom in here once I break some of this ridges out, and then this piece will fit down on top of this, and then I'll tighten it up. As you can see, this piece now opens and closes. So it will open and close around a piece of pipe, and then the fitting that sits up here will hold it in place. And I've got my little hinges here, which will pick it up. Using my lathe, I removed the majority of the top part of this hex head. Then, the next thing I did was I figured out the thickness of my PVC, and I've started to drill down through this. Now, the battery went out, so I haven't finished it. As soon as I finish drilling this, the next thing I'll do is I'll reposition this, and I will use a cutoff wheel, and I'll cut off the top of this. That way I'll be able to lock the thing down using a hairpin, and I'll show you that in just a moment. The hanger that you see right here, it moves a little bit, is screwed on. This has been glued down with Loctite Extreme glue. I'll be coming back and I'll be reinforcing this a little bit later. It needs to set up. My lift points are here, over here, and of course I have a hinge in the back. And when this closes up together, it will act as a lift point. I can always come back and add something to the inside if I need a little additional thickness for some reason, but right now it's working just fine. And as I say, as soon as this glue sets up and I reinforce the back, I'll be tying strings onto this. I have a hairpin that will go on here, and I'll show you what a hairpin is. This is a hairpin right there. See if you can see it this way. That's a hairpin. It'll fit down through the hole, and this will be tied on, and I'll just run a short cord between this lift point here and the pin so that I don't drop it or lose it. And this is pretty much all the equipment that I need in order to now complete the well. This hole that's in here was drilled with a 1/8 inch drill bit, and I started it without a pilot by damaging the threads when I turned the top of it to flatten it to take up some space. This one went together real well. I'll be lifting such a light amount of weight with this that I didn't have to build it any heavier than this. That other one that you saw that's made out of metal will be moving basically 90 feet of PVC pipe, schedule 80, 2.5 inch, and that's a substantial amount of weight. That's why all that is much more heavily built than this. Dysfunctional Vet, out.